Getting out again today. Saturday morning. Long and slow today. Not quite sure how far I'm going to go. At least 10k I hope. And it's going to keep going slow. Got my pack on, full of water. Got a hat. Outlooks grim. Looks like it's going to rain. Let's see how we get on. Been running for just over half an hour now. Lots and lots of uphill. What I'm getting concerned about is that I've been running downhill for about maybe 10-15 minutes. Quite steep as well. Just getting a little bit worried that at some point I'm going to have to come back up this. Incidentally, I've got absolutely no clue where I'm going. When I set out on my runs, I very rarely know where I'm going. I have got some routes that I've kind of mapped out, like I know what a 5k, 10k is. Then if I wanted to do I don't know, a timed distance or something like that, and I've kind of got these routes in my little bag. But generally I just kind of head out. I don't really know where I'm going. I like the variety, and I like the fact that I don't really know how long it's going to be. I think it makes me go a bit further. Shit, the path's just ran out. So the path ran out, the downhill's turned to uphill. I'm walking on a grassy verge right now, and I can see a path on the other side of the road, but it's pretty busy. I'm wondering whether or not I stick on here. Do I run across the road? Seems like a lot of effort. I'm going to try and cross if I can. I reckon that path's been put there for people to walk on. But I'm good. Years of playing Frogger as a child have prepared me for this very moment. Guys, I made it. Woo. Death-defying adventure. Got across the road, and I'm on this here path again. I'll pick up the path there. Pick up the pace a little bit again in a second, I think. Just gonna have some water. I find it really difficult to drink. I've got this straw to drink out of my camel. But I find it takes loads of breath out of me if I drink, so I tend to only do it when I'm walking. Onwards, upwards. I see that I'm still going up. I am walking at the minute. That's because I'm just conscious of the fact that I'm planning on going a little bit further today than I normally do. So I don't want to wreck my legs or my spirit. I have bought some gels with me. And we're going for just under an hour now, I think. So all I've had so far today to eat is 2 bananas. Which is fine, but I can just kind of feel my energy waning a little bit, and I do want to keep on going. So I have got in this little pouch here some of these little Kendall Mint numbers. These are great. They've got caffeine in them as well. This is citrus and mint. I have absolutely nothing to compare them to because I haven't tried any others. But like no doubt everybody watching this, I've watched loads and loads and loads of videos of people saying this, that and the other, and these ones are the ones that pop up more frequently than any others, saying they're great, use these. I've only ever had one before. The last time I did because of a longish uphill number, but it didn't get any stomach troubles or anything. You know, it's a bit weird eating a gel if you've not actually had one before, but it seems to get the job done. Yum yum. Guys, I'm 11k deep. I've made it to the top of my favourite hill, coming from the other direction this time. Feeling good. just been taking it easy, more interested in distance. I know I've got about 3.5k downhill all the way to get home, and that'll probably see me done for the day. I think that's going to put me in about 14k, which is my furthest I've ever run. Downhill. Whee! So I got to about 13.5k. I think I've got a couple of k left to go before I get home. But I've started to get some twinges in my knees. I always have problems on my knees. I always have, even when I was younger. So I need to do something about that. Really, I need to get them stronger. I need to get my knees stronger. And I think that's kind of what I was saying before in a previous video, is that I think all this hype about zone 2, you know, I kind of get it, building the aerobic base and whatnot, but for me personally, I think, you know, I think you need to kind of work on what's limiting you the most and what's limiting me. I could do another 13k now, you know, if it wasn't for my knees. So I think for me, working on strength on my knees and my hips, apparently YouTube is saying that everything is to do with strength in your knees, not your knees at all, it's your hips. So I'll do those as well. And I have zero booty, so I need booty. I need to get me some booty. So I think for me, I'm kind of gonna work more on strength and power initially. So, and I have been doing that. I've been doing pogos every single time I go out. I'm doing these sort of, I don't know what they're called, where you swing your legs around all over the place, look like a bit of a ballet dancer just before you go out, and sweeps, hamstring sweeps or something like that. I've been doing those as well just before I go running. I haven't filmed them because who wants to see that? It's weird. And I find myself kind of tensing my muscles up when I'm sat at a desk or sat on the sofa watching telly, just kind of trying to strengthen my knees, basically strengthen my hips, anything that I can possibly do. So I'm a lot more conscious of it than I have been in the past. And I think for me, that's kind of what's limiting me from going any further. Other than that, I'm really pleased with how this week's gone. It's been more about power, other than today, which is a little bit longer, but I wasn't going slow. In fact, I think Strava will probably tell me later that I've done my fastest ever 10k time, and I wasn't trying to. I was just kind of trying to keep going more than anything else. I think I'll do a lot more running than I do walking, although I still do walking. Obviously I'm walking now, but that's not because I can't carry on. Like I said, that's because of my knees are just, like, there's a pain on the outside of my knee and it's not there when I walk, so I've stopped running for the moment. I watched Apex last night and I'm kind of getting Apex vibes from from walking through here. I was thinking the other day about how far I've come, you know, from not really that long ago, not being able to walk across a living room, you know, not being able to walk with my wife through a National Trust establishment without getting out of breath and having to stop. And you know, I've literally just run more than 10,000 meters. It's just mental. And it's only been me that's been limiting that. It's only been me that's not done that, through fear most of the time. But I think you've just got to keep going. And for me, it's just like kind of, you know, always moving forward. Even if you're walking, absolutely walk. If you need to walk, walk. It is part of your run. But on the way to recovery, you know, and I can actually see myself running a marathon at some point. mean, I've done more than half of a half marathon. I've done a quarter marathon today in a okay time. I wouldn't be the last. I've not even done a park run yet. But I'm really pleased about this week. Pleased about being able to go up the hill. I'm pleased with the fact that I do feel like I'm getting stronger. I do feel like my heart rate's dropping a bit actually. It's interestingly. I tend to find that after I've done about 7.5k or so, it lowers, it drops. Is that normal? That's weird. So when I first start, my heart rate will fire right the way up to 160, 170, even sometimes 180, and I'm not even really going that fast. And I hit about 6k, 7k, and I look at my watch, and in the way I feel, so it's not just my watch lying to me, my heart rate sort of dropped down to about 150, 160, and I'm almost into conversational pace again, but I'm still going quickly. So I don't know if that's me running efficiently or if that's my body just saying, sure, yeah, okay, well, if you're going to do it, I'll help. But yeah, really pleased. I'm nearly home now, so I'm going to sign out. But if you think that you're on a similar journey to me, whether it's weight, you've had a heart condition, you've had a lung condition, you've had something going on in the past, and you're considering getting out there and doing something, consider giving me a little follow and following me on my journey, and I'll see you next time.